So must have technical writing skills. So it's my belief that if you have a few key skills, then you can be a good technical writer. The technical writing genre, unlike other genres, is not full of flowery. The technical writing genre, unlike other creative writing genres, is not full of flowery language or quick-witted language. The goal of technical writing is not to show off your writing prowess or to show how wide and extensive or complex your vocabulary is, but it's about explaining things as simply and concisely as possible. So to be a good technical writer, you need to have the following skills. You must be able to write. You must be able to build relationships. You must be able to ask the right questions, so interviewing skills. You must be able to investigate or research because you won't always have the information right in front of you. You also have to have an aptitude. You have to be able to learn new concepts and sometimes learn them pretty quickly. And then finally, you need to have project management skills. So if you struggle to write at a basic level and simple grammar trips you up, like the difference between there, and there, or where and were, or other concepts like that, then perhaps technical writing is not for you because you have to have those basic skills in order to really manipulate the language and be able to pare down things as easily as possible. So technical writing, what is it? Technical writing conveys technical information about a subject for a specific audience and for a specific purpose. It's not always about technology, sometimes it is. Again, the goal is not to impress people with the number of words you know or how well you can manipulate a sentence and how many commas you can use, but to explain to a layperson or a very specific audience how to do something. This may seem simple, but it can often be a challenge, and you must have a good command of the English language in order to accomplish that. Skill number 2, relationship building. As technical writers, we are oftentimes not the subject matter experts. Our expertise is in communication, in writing the information or conveying the information in a graphical way or a video format, not specifically on the subject being communicated. So we're very reliant upon our subject matter experts or SMEs to give us the information that we need. Many times our SMEs are very busy people who sometimes don't view documentation as the top priority. And so the technical writer must be able to get the SMEs to work with them to get the information that they need and also to review the documentation on the back end to make sure that it's accurate. 3, asking the right questions. We have to have interviewing skills. So asking good questions goes hand in hand with relationship building. Because technical writers are usually not experts in the matter being documented, you have to know the right questions to ask to get the right information for your audience. So this is a skill that you want to constantly and regularly be building up. Investigating. While technical writers may not be the experts in the matter being communicated, they must be able to learn a lot of different things quickly. And because a technical writer is usually a part of a larger team, they must be able to pull their weight and pick up the new concepts. Sometimes this means getting with another SME to help you understand the information. And other times this means engaging, in self-directed learning. So you have to be able to go and dig through other documentation or be able to dig through the back end of a system or dig through the requirements that were provided by the business analyst or many other things, or just learn new things. Search Google, search YouTube for information about the subject that you are writing about, because it's not always just going to be given to you. Aptitude. One common thing about being a technical writer is, whether you work in technology or in another industry, is that you must possess the ability to learn new things quickly. So while you may not work for a technology company, there will be systems that need to be documented. And sometimes these systems are being built while you're documenting them, or processes are being developed while you're being asked to document them. So you have to be able to pick up speed quickly, understand things quickly, so that you can make sure that the general ideas and the general understanding of the information is communicated appropriately. Finally, project management. Studies have shown that multitasking is actually not something that we should aspire to because it's near impossible to do well for most people, and it can be extremely ineffective to have multiple things going at once. The challenge, however, is that in any corporate setting, or even as a freelancer, if you have multiple projects going at once, it's rare that you get to work on one project at a time. This is especially true for technical writers who often have multiple projects in various stages of development going on at one time. So you may have one project that is in the beginning stages. So you're gathering information and you're trying to do some research. There may be another where it's in the draft stage and you're actively writing it. There may be another that's in the review stage and you're trying to get feedback on the document before you finalize and publish it. So in order to be effective and efficient in this role, you must develop project management skills. You have to know how to keep track of all of your tasks and the stages there are, and the audience and the information resources that are going to make up that piece of documentation, the subject matter experts and the reviewers. All of those things you have to be able to keep track of, the due dates and all of those things you have to be able to keep track of. Additionally, to see a document through, oftentimes you'll have to work with multiple stakeholders. So it's important to understand and to communicate to each stakeholder exactly what you need from them and when, and then you have to keep following up until you get what you need. So those are must-have skills to be a technical writer. And you can learn if you don't have a good command of the English language or whatever the predominant language that you'll be writing in, then you can take some courses to beef up your skills in those areas. The majority of the skills that you need are not actually related to the writing. So keep that in mind. If you have a good command of the main language that you're writing in, the rest of this stuff can be learned. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what else you'd like to learn about being a technical writer. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me at Tech Girls Write on Instagram and Facebook, and go to my website, thaiskajumbo.com, so you can subscribe to the monthly newsletter. Thank you.